I'm Mark Callahan, Mr. Saltwater Tank, and this is Mr. Saltwater Tank TV. If you've been in the saltwater aquarium hobby long enough, you know that there's always new gear coming out. From LEDs to pumps to additives, there's always the new thing. And when EcoTech Marine came out with their coral glue product, I said, what the heck is a pump company doing with a coral glue product? I mean, I know these guys are located in Pennsylvania, it's been a long, hard, cold winter. Maybe everyone at EcoTech went stir crazy while they were snowed in at work, and they came up with this glue product. Well, to find the answer, I caught up with Patrick Clayson of EcoTech Marine and asked him myself. So Pat, EcoTech Marine is a pump company. How did you guys decide you're going to put on a glue of all things?
So Mark, what we found is traditional glues, they really just don't work. What we want to do is bring out a glue that did really what it promised, which is make things stick to rocks. So what we found in this glue is we triple distilled it for really pure results. Okay. It's a high viscosity, so the corals really stay where you place them, and they stay there for a long time. We wanted to deliver a large bottle so that you can actually have enough volume of glue so that when you put the glue on the bottom of a coral or glue two rocks together, that you can put enough on there that it'll really hold and bond. And it's also fast setting, it takes about 10 seconds, and so it's just really functional.
Well, thanks for showing it to me, Pat, and I look forward to putting it to the test.
No problem. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Okay, it comes in a really big bottle, and it's supposed to work really well. Good enough for me. Let's give it a try and see what I find out. The most common use of superglue is for fragging corals, and my most common complaint about regular superglue is that it takes too long to cure. You get your frag and your frag plug and your glue, put it all together, and you have to wait a minute while you're holding your frag to see if the glue sets. Then you have to let go, and hopefully your frag doesn't fall over. Now EcoTech says that their glue sets up in 10 seconds. And to test that claim out, I've got an experiment designed for us. I've got a piece of Godzilla Stag, a frag plug, and of course the EcoTech Coral Glue. Now, I'm going to up the ante on EcoTech a little bit here, and I'm going to take the frag plug and I'm going to invert it. I'm going to see if their glue can hold that frag for 10 seconds. So let's give it a go. Here is our piece of Godzilla Stag. Not too big, but a nice size. Typical, 1 to 1.5 inch frag that you'd see sold anywhere online. Here's our frag plug. Here's our glue. Let's put a good amount of glue, just like EcoTech says to do. Not too much, but a nice, honest piece of glue. I'm gonna take our frag. I'm not even gonna dry it off. Shake the excess water. And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. 10 seconds, holding the frag. How great is that? Now, fragging corals is one great use for the EcoTech glue, but I've actually found another. I found that the EcoTech glue is actually strong enough to hold your rock work together. Now let me show you. Here's two pieces of rock, and they fit together somewhat naturally. If I stick this slot in here, they're gonna hold. But if I was to knock it, it falls over very easily. This really is gonna work for your tank, because if I have a nice coral here that I wanna frag, hit it with bone cutters, it's gonna fall off and smash and hurt everything. So, I'm gonna grab the coral glue. I'm gonna put in generous amounts here on the rock where the contact points are gonna be. I'm gonna let it set up and show you just how strong this stuff is. Now this is another great benefit of a big bottle. If we're doing this underwater, which you can actually do with the EcoTech glue, the last thing you want is to put in a little bit of glue and then you run out of those little tubes, you gotta throw it out and try to grab another one while you're holding your rock work in your tank. Not gonna work. With a big bottle, you have more than enough glue than you need. So let's get these pieces married together. Stick that together just like that. And they're gonna hold. I'm gonna put just a little bit more on because I missed a couple of my contact points. Stick it here. And let it set up. Now, EcoTech says that this glue sets in 10 seconds, which it does with coral frags like you just saw. This is more of an advanced hold. It needs to be a stronger bond. So I'm gonna hold it here for a couple minutes, let it set up, and I'm gonna show you just how strong this glue is. While we're waiting for our glue to dry on our rock work, I wanted to show you something really slick with the EcoTech glue product. It has a no-claw cap. So you can see it's got a needle-like looking device here in the cap of the bottle. That means when I put this cap on the bottle, it's gonna form a seal, but when the next time I use it, I pop the cap off, I got a nice open channel for more glue to come out. So no matter how many times you use it, how much glue you got stuck up here in the cap, it's never going to clog up. This is fantastic because if I had bought this whole bottle of glue, used it once or twice, and then the cap would have been clogged, I wouldn't have been a happy camper. So good job, EcoTech. I'm impressed. Alright, the glue's been cured for about an hour now, and watch how strong this stuff sets up. I can now touch the top rock, and it'll wobble the bottom rock with it. Now contrast this where before, where if I barely touched the top rock, it fell right over. Now I can jerk and move these rocks around all I want, and they're married together, forming one big stable structure. In fact, I can even pick up this rock and turn it on its side, and it holds. That's a solid bond. In fact, it's so solid, I trusted it with my tank, and here's what I did. This arch piece that comes up, comes across and sits on this rock over here. Well, it was loose and it was wobbling, it was moving forward. So when this piece moved, all the rock on top of it, with all my nice acros sitting on that rock, was in danger of falling down and smashing everything and making a big mess. That would have sucked. So I put the EcoTech glue around the base of the arch and where it touched this rock over here, and it secured the whole thing completely. This arch doesn't wobble anymore. In fact, I've fragged these corals on top of it. Everything holds steady. That means all the rock sitting on top of the arch is steady as well, and my corals are safe. How's that for peace of mind? Now it gets even better. The EcoTech glue, well, you can apply it underwater. So when I was redoing this arch work, all I had to do was pick it up, squeeze a little bit of glue under where the connection was going to be made with the two pieces of rock touching each other, set it into place, and let it set up. I didn't have to try to haul this out, dry it off, get the glue going, and then set it back in the tank before it cured. None of that. I did it all underwater. One thing I love to do with fish gear is to find non-fishy uses for it. And here's a fun gag that you can do with the EcoTech glue. Get a hard surface like concrete patio like this one, or a sidewalk or a desk, and then get a coin. Put some glue on the bottom side of the coin, stick it to the surface, and let it set up. This glue sets up so hard and so strong, the coin's never coming off that surface. Wait for someone to walk by and go, oh, there's a coin, I think I'll pick it up. Yeah, not gonna happen. You can kick at it all you want, you can dig at it with your finger, this coin is going nowhere. Now, if you want to take it a step further, glue your boss's coffee mug, just put a nice dab of glue on the bottom, stick it to their desk, and then sit back and watch them try to figure out why the heck their coffee mug won't come off their desk. I mean, hey, if you get fired, what's the worst thing you're gonna happen? You're gonna go home and have more time to stare at your fish tank. I never would have thought that EcoTech Marine would have made a glue product, but I'm glad they did because it's super versatile and it works great. In fact, it works so great that I've thrown away all those other super glue products that I use, and I only use the EcoTech Coral Glue. Now, where does the glue fit in with your tank personality? Well, I recommend it for every tank personality out there. Even you tank dabbler types who don't have any corals. You can use it to shore up your existing rock work, or to do funky cool new things with the rock that you already have. And your reef enthusiasts and you reef junkies out there, it's a natural super glue product to have around because it works. Now, to find out more about the EcoTech Coral Glue and to pick up your bottle, go to MrSaltwaterTank.com/Coral Glue. I'm Mark Callahan, Mr. Saltwater Tank. This has been Mr. Saltwater Tank TV. Until next time, have a good one, enjoy your tanks, and know your tank personality.